What's up, y'all? Welcome to a very special video. I'm not special in any kind of certain way in particular, except for the fact that it's something that I normally don't do on any of my channels. So, which kind of also therefore created a problem. I didn't know which channel to put this on, but here we are. I'm just going to probably throw this on the Ultimate You channel, but if not, it will be on the Faith Chase channel. So guys, all right, first of all, welcome to this vlog. If you're new to these parts, make sure you subscribe, smash that notification bell. You don't want to miss out on any uploads. Check in the description so you can find other channels in my network. A lot of my channels and some from the vlog family. My homies, you guys already know, well, maybe you don't know, but check down in the description, you can find out about them as well. And just most importantly, if you enjoyed the video, click that like button. If you don't enjoy it, click it twice. That's how you do it. Okay, anyways, guys, thank you very much. Now, this video is something that I told my very, very beautiful friend. Her name is Andrea, who happens to also now be an artist on our label. Music coming soon, new single coming soon, so look out for that. That'll be another day, another topic, but we might talk about it a little bit because it's relevant to the topic today. Now, by the way, I'm gonna start sweating in a second. I had to turn the AC off because the AC is noisy, and it is a really freaking hot day. Let me tell you, it is hot. But, you know, the AC makes a lot of noise, and that's not good for you guys, and you guys are like, meh. And so I don't want that to happen. I want y'all to hear the, you know, to hear the volume, the clarity, the audio in a nice way. It's all good, it's all Gucci. So, thank you guys. All right, let's get down to business. Today's video is about the AAIC, Australian Anti-ICE Campaign, and we're also just going to talk about ICE in general, because, you know, I think a lot of people sometimes don't really know just what ICE really is. And, you know, basically, we're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it a little bit. Let's bring some awareness around this whole ICE epidemic. It's not a good epidemic, it's a very bad epidemic. It is a real thing that's happening around the world, guys, no matter what country you are in. ICE is a problem, okay? And I wish we was talking about Disney on ice, something beautiful like that, or ice like cream, yummy, or ice cubes, or even the Ice Cube, the man, the legend, the rapper. You know what I'm saying? But no, we're talking about a different type of ice. I wish they would have named it something else, because ice generally is good, except when it's not. And this is one of those occasions where it's not. So let's talk about ice. First of all, let's talk about 12 facts about ice, okay? Now, this information, I'm just finding some random information, guys. I am not an ice expert. This is not my area of expertise. I am thankful that no one I know in my family or my friends, well, currently, are on ice or doing ice or anything like that. I personally have never ever even done any drugs personally. You know, even the stuff that now is legal, like you know, marijuana, which now is like becoming legal everywhere, which, you know, I actually personally, my personal thoughts is, I just quickly before I get into this, but a drug like marijuana is in a lot of ways, you know, it comes from a plant, it has healing properties, allegedly, and all kinds of cool things, but misuse of any drug, even marijuana, even though it's legal now in a lot of states, it's just like alcohol, okay? There's things that are legal that, if abused, can be a very bad thing. So I think this is what the reality needs to be, guys, is that, like, some things in moderation, maybe, you know, it's not that bad, but at the end of the day, what do you do when it still kills people? Like alcohol kills people, marijuana. I don't even really know if marijuana kills people. People usually just pass out tired because, I mean, not tired, but you know, they're like float into, I don't even know what it's called, but you know, they get high and then they just want to munch on food or something, little snacks or cookies, I know, like in the movies, and next thing you know, they're passed out and asleep. They don't feel like doing anything, just sitting there. So I don't even know how many people have actually, you know, been in an accident, or, you know, that marijuana has caused accidents. I don't even know, guys. I don't even know the stats and all that stuff. I'm not an expert, but all I know is that drugs are bad, okay? Don't get it twisted. Just because marijuana, and my point I'm trying to get to is just because marijuana is legal now doesn't mean that it's not bad, okay? Anything can be bad is my point, okay? Even though it might have some good properties, if you abuse anything, it can be bad. If you abuse freaking McDonald's, it can be bad. If you eat too much of that stuff, it's bad for you, okay? So at the end of the day, there's no positive things that I can think of that comes from ice though, okay? Let's get this clarity, like I'm trying to bring it in so you guys understand where I'm getting at. So some things in moderation, it can be okay. It can be maybe a relaxing thing, can have healing benefits. McDonald's, even in moderation, can put a smile on your face. That's why they got the Happy Meal. You get happy when you eat it. Or you're just a kid and you just like the toy. Some adults like the toy. Okay, let's move on because I don't want to embarrass myself about wanting to get the toy out of the freaking Happy Meal. But anyways, my point is some things have a few good points to them. Ice does not. Ice is bad in this instance of ice, okay? So I'm going to tell you a few figures. I'm going to tell you, firstly, ice. Let's just talk about ice, okay? Ice is addictive, guys, first of all, okay? Do you know ice is addictive? And ice is a stimulant, okay? Now I'm reading these facts from online, some couple places. I found some information, so this is not my opinion. This is what's being said about said drugs online, on said drug online. I am not an expert. I do not claim to be an expert, and I'm just kind of giving you guys some information and maybe giving my opinion along the way. So anyways, this is, maybe I should just protect myself and say allegedly. These are all just someone has, you know, so I don't know. it's just what it says. So basically, now, first of all, ice, okay, is a stimulant, okay? Crystal meth, okay, and there's a longer version of methamphetamine. I wasn't going to say that because I knew I couldn't say it because I've never said it. These aren't words I use in my vocabulary, but anyways, it is crystal meth. Let's just abbreviate it. That's probably why a lot of people just say meth like that, because the long technical name is kind of a twister there. All right. Now, here's the thing, guys, okay? It is, needless to say, very bad. I don't really probably have to tell you guys that. It's an addictive drug. You get addicted to this, next thing you know, and let me tell you something. When you have seen someone that you love and care about suddenly change, you don't understand what's going on with them. It is crazy because it's like this drug can affect people that you would think, how did they get hooked on ice? Like, and I use my friend as an example because she got hooked on ice, and I mean, in a million years, she's the last person you would ever think would ever get hooked on ice, because that is not the kind of person she is. She's a beautiful person. She's a mother. She's religious. She's a Christian. She's beautiful. She's all those. She ticks the boxes, you know. And you would never in a million years believe that she was someone who ended up on ice, addicted to ice. And guys, I know I'm trying to have a little bit of balance where I'm a little bit lighthearted with this video and not completely hardcore, because, you know, at the end of the day, I do want this to be informative, and I do want you guys to kind of hopefully learn something maybe you didn't know about ice in this video, and where to get help in the process. But I also, I do meet, you know, if you don't know me, I'm a little bit of a lighthearted kind of person. I don't really like to be too hardcore about things, but this is, even though, so I'm telling you this because even though I'm a little bit me, I don't want you to take out of context that this is something that you should take lightheartedly, because at the end of the day, ice is a very serious problem and people are dying from it every single day. These are facts, okay? These are not, I didn't even have to Google that to know this. okay? And I bet you somebody's friend or someone's friend's friend or someone's friend's friend's friend knows someone who is on this or experiencing this or have experienced this, okay? So it is a very serious thing, guys. So let's continue. So it is addictive, okay? It is, you know, a very bad thing, and millions of people worldwide, okay? Apparently, now this stat is, I think this is from like 2015, so that number might have increased by now, but 24.7 million people are hooked on meth worldwide. 24.7 million people. Do you guys, that's a really big number. I don't know about you guys, but that's a little bit disturbing to me. That's like the population of California. That is like the population of Australia. 24.7 million people. The population of an entire country. That's how many people are hooked on ice right now. All right? It is one of the most destructive drugs in existence, okay? There's tons of drugs out there, guys, but this is one of the most destructive drugs, okay? Now, in short term, ice users are likely to experience increased heart rate, higher blood pressure and body temperature, disturbed sleep patterns, hallucinations, nausea, headaches, okay, dilation of pupils, and extreme weight loss. These are some of the things you might, you know, these things that you kind of might experience if you're on that, or if you know someone and you see them maybe with these symptoms, it might be an indication of something's going on. I don't know anyone personally. Again, I've never experienced this, I've never seen it, so I can only kind of tell you what is being said here. Okay, if they continue their ice habit for years, then you're likely to suffer permanent damage, guys, to the blood vessels of the heart, brain, high blood pressure leading to heart attacks and strokes, liver, kidney, and lung damage and death. You guys understand that if you keep using said drug, eventually it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse until finally you're dead. Okay, people die from this. Okay, ice symptoms include rage and violence. These are other things to look out for. So if you see someone in there, they just seem, suddenly they used to be super cool, nice, calm, collective, and next thing you know, they're raging and they're violent and all that. That could be an indication, okay? It brings out a host of complications and long-term adverse effects on one's health, okay? Ice addiction is self-destructive, obviously. Self-destructive behavior, rage, violence. And, you know, now that I think about it, because it says here, it says ice addicts on drug-fueled rage can be superhumanly strong. Numerous crimes ranging from armed robbery to murder have also been attributed to ice addiction. Now, guys, I just actually remembered something that did happen, and apparently the guy was on ice, and this happened not too far from the restaurant. There's an arts and crafts place on the corner from where my restaurant is, and one day, allegedly, a guy was on ice. He broke the front window of the shop, the front door, broke in, and apparently, allegedly stole art supplies and things like that. So I don't know, this is all what I've been kind of told through the grapevine, what happened. I did see the broken glass on everything. I saw that that was something that had happened. And the guy apparently was really just messed up on ice. I kind of remember seeing the guy run like crazily down the road or something. I didn't get a good look at his face, but yeah, he seemed to be like, you know, think about it, someone's gonna break through a freaking glass window, you know, and steal art supplies. Like, where's your, first of all, who steals art supplies? I mean, that's just crazy. Like, I mean, but when you're on ice, you just do crazy stuff, man. Like, you know, so allegedly. So ice drug addiction takes a heavy toll on one's looks. Now, that's something else, guys, you might look for, you know, especially like you can tell when someone is smoking, and smokers, they have this, you can tell smoke takes, you know, does people, they look worn down, you know, they look a certain way. People who are heavy smokers, a lot of people, you can tell, it ruins people's looks. And meth is like that, you know, it just creates sores and pimples and things like that. Broken teeth and all kinds of crazy things can happen, guys. And I want you to know this next one is really scary, because ice addicts, when you think of ice addicts, I mean, people probably kind of generalize, they think, oh, it's only adults doing this thing, but the next scary fact is that it's also children that are doing this. Guys, you understand? Children can also be ice addicts, and that is scary. If your kid is on something like ice, I mean, that is probably one of the most heartbreaking things. According to this article, allegedly, there are children as young as 12 years old on ice. That's what it says, 12 years old. Wow, and guys, a lot of the stuff I'm reading now, I didn't even know this stuff, you know, some of these facts and things, because like I said, you have to be, I guess, around that, or maybe have someone who in your family, if someone's gone through it before you actually, a lot of times, most people don't take time to research anything until someone is affected by it in their family or their friends or something, and then suddenly you research and you find this stuff out. So being aware of this stuff right now, guys, like, I hope that it helps some of you guys to really think twice before doing something like this, or if you know someone who's doing it, step in and do an intervention, do whatever you have to do to get them help, get them off of this, because this is bad, guys. This is really bad. This is not something that anyone should take lightly, okay, guys? So the next thing here, addiction to ice could lead to HIV and AIDS, all right? Now, I'm thinking, yeah, it says here, the problem with ice is that it also lowers inhibitions. I don't use that word. And that often leads to practicing unsafe sex. So that kind of makes sense. And I'm guessing as well, I don't know how you take ice. I really don't know a lot about this drug, but I do know that some drugs, you take a needle and you inject it, you know, into your veins or something like that. And a lot of people share needles, and if someone has a disease or something and you share that needle, the next thing you know, you've got contracted that disease, potentially, that can happen, stuff like that. But in this instance, it's saying that, and I understand what it meant, like, you know, basically lower expectations or lower standards or something, like when you're on ice, you don't have maybe the same high regard or quality control thoughts in your head, you know what I mean? Like you're not thinking correctly, you don't actually have your guard up, you're not thinking about being safe or anything like that. So people end up having unsafe sex, you know, unprotected sex, all these type of things, and next thing you know, they're again potentially contracting something, or if they already have it, they're spreading something. So guys, this is a really big problem. Yeah, and it does say about ice users who inject or shoot up. So I guess it is also a drug that it can be into their veins and also contract many diseases, including hepatitis. Yeah. So guys, that is not good. Ice addiction is driven by easy to make ice. Okay. To produce cocaine, one would need coca leaves, heroin and actually, just to add, guys, Coca-Cola, you guys know, originally, allegedly, back in the day, historically speaking, Coca-Cola really actually was made with Coke. Allegedly, historically speaking, that is a fact. I don't know if that's 100% true, but that's what I've heard. But here it actually does say to produce cocaine, one would need coca leaves. And if you know the official name of cola, it is Coca-Cola. So maybe that's where it got its name, because that's how it originally was made. Heroin, on the other hand, is a natural product of the opium poppy. Ice, on the other hand, does not need any hard to acquire plant base. All it requires are a bunch of chemicals that include acetone, lithium, and a bunch of other stuff. I'm not going to read all that. I don't need to tell you guys. You don't need to know that stuff. No one needs to know how to make this crap. It's not unheard of enterprising drug dealers to make their own ice in their backyard lab, all aspiring to become real-life Hassenbergs. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's some type of drug dealer or something. In most cases, however, the quality and safety of DIY ice leaves so much to be desired. All right, so it's basically saying that people can easily make ice. So it's not like it's a hard to acquire drug like some drugs, I guess, is what they're trying to get at here. I think they're saying that it's basically, yeah, very easy to make. So that's scary that someone could literally be making something so horrible and dangerous in their backyard. The ice drug is being produced in Mexico on an industrial scale. That's what it's saying. Mexican drug cartels, blah, blah, blah. No pharmacological ice addiction treatment exists. Okay, I think that's what it's really trying to say. There's not really an actual particular drug treatment or something that can actually treat ice addiction. So if you're addicted to ice, I don't think they have an actual drug that can just like wean you off easily or something like that. I think that's what that means. A lot of words that I don't use in this little article here. So, or maybe once upon a time I might have used a little bit more technical words when you're in high school or something like that and you have to, but yeah, anyways, that's not the point. Don't judge me on my freaking words. Just listen to what I'm saying. I'm trying to educate you guys. All right, guys, the other thing here, so, you know, they're saying the most effective ice addiction treatment available is cognitive behavior therapy. So that's what they're saying at the moment. I guess that is trying to modify how people think, their expectations and behaviors. As someone who's a certified hypnotherapist and a personal development coach, so I know that, you know, it is something we do to in general with people, and not to my ice, because I've never dealt with that or anyone, just never had a client like that. But, you know, I always say this, and this is just the bottom line, is that your mind is a very powerful thing. And at the end of the day, and let me tell you something that's really important though, and I think this is, I can imagine would be such a hard process to wean someone off. But at the end of the day, change can only happen when someone's ready for change, and that is really a hard thing. If someone's addicted to something, it's hard to break that addiction unless that person really truly wants to break that addiction. Just like people who smoke, just like people who, you know, alcoholics and all these other things that go on. People have to really want it, guys. You can't force someone to do something that they don't want to do. And that's the thing. And think about it. If you did try to force someone to do something that they didn't really want to do, at the end of the day, most likely they'd go back and start doing whatever it was again, because it's not what they really wanted to do. They have to be really willing and ready and wanting change in their life. So it's a tricky one, that one. I envy anyone who takes on that work, because, you know, I mean, that's the point. They do have these programs out there, and so, you know, I think anyways, at the end of the day, if you see someone going through this, I guess you have to spend a lot of time just doing your best to help them to see that it's bad for them, and help to encourage them the best way that you can to get help and to seek help. This is a really big thing. The last thing they have here, which is pretty obvious, but ice addiction, just getting the help can be very expensive. And you know, if anyone has ever gone to see a psychologist or hypnotherapist or all kinds of people who are there to help people in general, just regular therapists in general, it tends to be a bit expensive. An hourly rate can be a bit expensive. So I imagine this would be even, you know, especially the amount of time. Like here, matter of fact, so they've actually got, because what they probably do is they send you away to a drug rehab center or somewhere like that. And, you know, that is why it's so expensive. You know, they're taking care of, basically you're living in this place for however long it is, a month or whatever. Here it says that charges could be anywhere from $15,000 to $135,000 a month. Like, wouldn't you rather spend your money on something else? Guys, just don't let yourself get in this situation, because your money could be better spent than trying to get yourself off of said situation. Stay away from it. If you know people who are dealing with this though, and you've got to spend the money, at the end of the day, money is just money, and if it's going towards a good cause of saving someone's life, then you'll spend whatever you have to spend. You know what I mean? But the scary thing is that, and I guess this is one of the really positive things about my friend and Australian anti-ICE campaign she's doing in Australia. Now I don't know, back home in the States, we probably have some programs like this. I've done zero research about that. At some stage, maybe I'll be able to find out some more information about that and do, you know, for people back home in the States or people in the UK. But I mean, geez, guys, it's a big country, it's a big planet, you know what I mean? There's lots of people all around who need help, not just only in Australia. So, yeah, that would be, maybe if I can find some information about specific places you can go in a few different countries to get help, I'll put some links down below and a link to the Australian anti-ICE campaign for you guys who are in Australia to help you to find more information on this and to get help if you need help. And so just quickly with the Australian anti-ICE campaign, I mean, look, this is a folder that my friend Andrea, she gave me right here. So if you're someone in Australia, now she has set up, and it's a beautiful thing, guys, that she has done. She has gone through this. She experienced ice addiction. It's just a random thing that happened. It can happen to anyone, but she got through it, and she decided she was going to make sure that no one else had to go through what she went through. So she went and set up the Australian anti-ICE campaign. It is the official, and as far as I know, still the only actual body in Australia that is doing something about this. They're a non-profit organization, and she's now got offices set up around the country, guys. She has been working hard to get the word out, to put the freeze on ice, as they say. And guys, I'm so proud of her, because not only was she on this, but now she is off of it, and now she is doing everything that she can to make a difference, and it's such a beautiful thing. And Andrea, you know I love you so much. You're one of my really beautiful friends, and I'm so proud of you. And guys, if you need help, or even if you just need information and you don't know where to go, please give AAIC, okay, Australian Anti-ICE Campaign. You can Google that, it'll be the first thing to pop up. You can find tons of information on the website. And if you happen to be in the Gold Coast, I do know they have an office there. I think they also have, I don't know where all the offices in Australia are, so I'm not gonna say, and just check their website there to get more information. They'll give you a little book like this, which actually has every single thing that you need to know. You might have also seen Andrea on TV. She's been on a few different TV programs being interviewed, and I'm so proud of her. Now, speaking of Andrea, this is her album, Highway Destruction. We are really excited because moving forward, my record label is going to be putting out some of Andrea's music, and I'm happy to announce that proceeds from her music, guys, is going to go to help them continue to do the good work that they're doing. Because the problem is that to date, I still think that she hasn't been able to get the funding from the government and things like that that she needs to be able to do this. So every single thing that has happened so far to keep this afloat has been through people making donations and supporting companies sponsoring and all these type of things. So if you want to help out as well, feel free. Again, probably on the website there'd be a link for information how you can donate if you want to donate to help them be able to keep their cause going, because like I said, they are a non-profit organization. So if you want to help be part of the solution, please go and support the AAIC, guys. So I have now, I'm looking at the time there, and we're about to hit 30 minutes. This is about to stop. It has a 30-minute recording limit on the camera. So guys, I am going to end this here and say thank you for watching this. I hope you learned something. There's probably tons more information out there, and I probably only skimmed the surface. So again, just please go to the Australian Anti-ICE Campaign for more information. Go to their website, Google ICE meth, that kind of stuff on Google. There's tons of information available, guys. And you know, again, there's only thing you can really do, guys, is just really just be part of the solution. Just be part of the solution. Come together, and less together, less, as the AIC says, and I love it, putting the freeze on ice. I love you guys.